What's up, y'all? We are here for round 2. We got round 1 against the 5-color control. We can keep this. I actually didn't really hardly look at it. I should have paid more attention, I suppose. I'm prone to doing dumb crap like that every once. Luckily, I would have kept this hand anyway. Kinda. Just figured out a little better here. Could hold up the Spell Pierce, but I want to go ahead and get this Thundering Falls in the graveyard while I can. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it on top. It's not necessarily the card I would be digging for, but it's a really good part of this strategy, especially along with the fear of missing out and the Tursa. That's lets you get big creatures pretty quickly. So you almost always want to see one at least one profs a game. You can win without it, but it's your best hands certainly involve it. And here we could play it out, but you want to try to get creatures on the board. We're missing out on a potential 1 extra trigger from it. Because if you have the fear missing out, go ahead and put the Thrill Seeker in the graveyard. I would potentially have kept it, but I already know that I have a Soul Cauldron, so getting some creatures that fuel it underneath it is not a bad idea. Yeah. We're gonna drop the profs. I could Soul Cauldron, but we can't swing yet. We need to get him as big as we can, as quickly as possible, so that we can start to swing, and this gives us that chance. So next turn we can play Tursa, still hold up the Spell Pierce, and then this will be able to start swinging. Or the Tursa, I suppose. Either one that I choose could be big enough. The Spell Pierce has quickly gotten outgrown in this match. That's the risk of it. That's kind of one you just have to take, though. You can swing at me. Thank you. Don't mind if you do. Come on, spend 1 more mana. I mean, I could Spell Pierce, but he's got 2, so. I don't know what you're trying to do with that, but whatever it is, you're not doing. Not right now. I didn't think that Spell Pierce was going to be able to come up any other time if I didn't use it then. So we need to go ahead and start swinging at him. We pitch 2 lands. We have an island and mountain, so we don't need the mountain. Probably not going to have a 1-drop here, so we'll keep the falls just so we can play it right now. We got a pretty decent hand. Huh. I wouldn't hate having another land, but again, I might regret putting in the graveyard, but there'll be more lands. I don't need it next turn to, like, for sure do anything. It would open up lines where I could, like, fear missing out and Winter Night Stories, but not necessary, I don't think. Well, interesting. Weird. I mean, it's not the end of the world there. This discovering 5 is super annoying though. So I can kill this with the Dragon Hunt, but then I can't swing. I would have to use it. So if we swing, we're gonna be able to get a free spell here. If I Soul Cauldron, then I will be giving that up. But so what I'm thinking here is I can fear missing out, dump the Winter Night Stories into the graveyard, draw a card. And then I can Soul Cauldron so I can hit Thrill Seeker. Because I don't want to exile my Thrill Seeker right now. But I think what I do is just go ahead and swing, see what it lets me play for free, and then I can always come back post-combat. Basically just don't want to hit the Thrill Seeker. Yeah, that was literally the worst one I could have hit, other than I suppose the Thrill Seeker, because this is literally useless. He's completely tapped out. There's nothing to do with that, but whatever. We got it out of the way. I guess I don't need 2 Winter Night Stories. The Dragon Hunt's almost surely going to be completely useless, but that's alright. And nothing else, it can just be a draw a card. You don't. It says a may. You may discard. You don't actually have to. So. That's annoying. I guess. Doesn't give me a creature, but it still let me have a chance to use the ability if I can get another creature with a counter on it. So. He's gonna enter tapped, but whatever. I guess the Vivi, right? I was gonna discard the Cauldron and a land, but if I do this, I can get the Vivi right now. Although if he exiles this, like, I don't have anything really to do with it. Well, I guess I do. Vivi. Go ahead and make our mana here. Let's just drop him. And yes, we know. So that runs me out here. I could still generate this mana, but at that I don't have any creatures to tap to harmonize or anything, so that ends that. Wipe deck here. Weird deck. I have to get a creature down. I was gonna try to... Oh, well, I can still do it. Okay. He's tapped, but I can still give him the Vivi ability. Is there anything else? I can give him a second Thrill Seeker. Not really necessary, though. Blue, red. 3, 4, 5, 6. Dragon Hunt. No. Pitch the Cauldron just to go ahead and get rid of him. We'll save the island deck. We could play it, but this will give us a better time to... It's more fuel to discard for the Winter Night stories. I need to play quicker because this might be a match where he's going to try to clock me out, considering he's on a... It looks like board wipe tribal. Sure. Super annoying. Stop doing that. I'm about to concede. I'll give him like another turn or two. Because you can get out of this kind of bored state quickly, and he's not putting any pressure on me, but that Discover 5 is getting there pretty quick. Why is he not swinging the flanker at me? I can technically survive. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Maybe he's trying to clock me out. No, he's playing some weird mono white. Kitsa's gonna come out again. I like, again, having Kitsa. The dragon hunts don't really work. I'm bringing in too much here. This kind of match is basically the reason I have the Frostcliff Siege in the sideboard. I haven't really gotten a chance to use them, so I want to try them. We can see the Spell Pierce gets useless fairly quickly, but we want to be able to catch them off. The Barrage, they're clearly a Biza heavy deck. And then some of the other stuff that you can trim when you're just looking for things to cut out. You don't necessarily need 4 profs. You like to see them, but going down to 3 is usually fine. A lot of times I'll go down to 2 Thrill Seekers in matches where they're putting a lot of pressure on my board. Because it's kind of a weak creature on its own. And then one more, Winter Night Stories is one that I cut down to 3 quite a bit also. I guess I do that here. If we're taking a lot of time to be casting a bunch of Winter Night stories, we're probably walking right into their game plan. So I guess I'm going with this. And again, this is definitely still more of an art than a science, the sideboarding. I guess I keep it. It's kind of crappy. But it is playable. It's like the definition of meh, but playable. I don't need that right now. There's no possible play yield all is not auto-checked because I switched. I guess we're gonna lead with the Cauldron first. We're gonna get this Vivi down. If he does kill it, then we'll have a Cauldron to put it under, so we're at least getting a start to our board here. So let us hold up a Spell Pierce for turn 4. We could also get the Enduring Curiosity out, but we'll see. I guess depends on what he does here. He's probably gonna kill this Vivi, but temporary lockdown, maybe. They had a lot of low cost plays, permanents, as well as like tokens and stuff, so my guess is he has temporary lockdowns in the 75, but I don't know that he's like super reliant on it, so that's why I was okay with taking that chance here. We were hoping he'd do something like get lost on the Vivi or whatever, just because we could go ahead and get it under the Cauldron. I'm sure you only have so many options. I mean, he's a full minute and a half ahead of me on time, so I got no reason, or got no room to talk here. Oh, that's annoying. But basically just some more expensive get lost to get for us, so. Well, there is no more creatures in the graveyard, so I was gonna go ahead and do it, but I think what I'm gonna do instead is pass. And now I can do it. So my play was going to be Curiosity, go ahead and Cauldron to put the Vivi underneath it and put it on him, and then I can generate 4 mana, I can do the profs. But then I'm just leaving it completely undefended. And it has flash, so I'm just gonna pass and do it on his instep. Same stuff that I was gonna do, the only thing is I'm not gonna be able to play the Prof's Edict, so I'm going to be missing out on a counter or whatever from him, but it lets me get ahead of... Well, it lets me see what he was going to do. If he tried to play Biza, then he wasn't going to get as much out of it. It lets me hold up the Spell Pierce. Basically, what my worry was that I was going to be running out all my resources and right into a kill spell without anything to defend it. Similarly, you could be saying I'm kind of doing the same thing here, because I could untap, but I really want to be swinging this Curiosity this turn, so... If he kills it, he's going to kill it either way, so it doesn't really matter when I do this. Well, that's annoying, but... not the end of the world. We got him tapped out at least. This will give him a counter to be big enough to get through that. I guess I hold the Tursa back just in case he does a board wipe again. The spell sphere is already basically useless. But that's okay. I don't want to run out the Tursa post-combat, even though he was tapped out. I could have. I'd be potentially running it right into a Sunfall. This would be a good time for him to Sunfall, so it would exile the Curiosity. Okay, yeah, honestly. It's annoying, but it's not like by any means the end of the world. He got it perfect timing with that flanker, though, to stop me from having the Vivi. I'll never be able to use this Cauldron for anything useful right now, but it's not the end of the world, honestly. Like I said, if he wants to take his time off to play a rest in peace, then we're pretty okay with that. Caught a mosquito in my hand. Pitching both the lands. So we can cycle our shark. I don't want to do that yet. He could very well be a win condition for us here. I'm gonna split these up. Can't spell pierce the flanker. So, one of the cards that he likes. So, we're just taking the chance that he does not have a land. I'm assuming that top card is a Sunfall. Damn it. Now he has the 7 mana to spell pierce it. Yeah. So I should have held that shark. But here's what it is. Well, we got this shark anyway. Let there be shark. No. I mean, I'm losing to it, so it's weird to say, but I'm pretty sure this deck is awful. He basically got exactly what he needed here as far as his runouts. He only had 2 cards in his hand. It was exactly the land and the Sunfall. I mean, we knew he put the Sunfall on top, so that was not a surprise. But it was just a bummer that he had as many lands as he needed. many those flankers does he have? Yeah. I kept that on top. I'm curious what that could have been. He's gonna block here, but it's fine. Or maybe he doesn't. It might be split up or whatever. Maybe he just casts it. The spell pierce basically useless at this point, though. Yeah, I can't even spell pierce it, so. Again, I think I needed to keep the spell pierce. Just because I have to have something. But I think this is just one of those matches where he's playing a deck that's pretty... Yeah, let's do it. Don't need to sit here. I mean, I guess... You never know. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. I've conceded this game. We're not winning, but I'm just going to try to record and see what we get. Try to talk through the situations of what you could potentially do if this was like a live or die moment. Not sure what he's doing with that. I guess there's just a lot of enchantments he's worried about. I still can't even really swing here. I need to try to stabilize somehow. Actually used it. I also didn't need to pay that one life, but I don't think, like I said, I'd pretty much already... I mean, I did right there because I used these islands last turn. Yeah, that's that. Again, I would not recommend playing that deck. It can win, but it looks like you're just begging for you to flood like he just did. I think that was more of a meta call by him. But again, hey, he beat me, so